From my perspective, anywhere on the planet can use rock dust and seawater and get a full spectrum of everything they need. And the question is, why does nobody know about this? A, because you don't get an immediate response. You don't dump rock dust on now and get it plant to go bigger tomorrow. Really, you should put it on in October. How complicated is that? Is that a lot of extra effort? Right? Think about it strategically. Think about it from an annual basis. Source your local raw material, at $5 a ton, $2 a ton. It costs more to drive it 10 miles from the local quarry than it costs to actually buy the stuff. And the reason I think that most people don't know about this stuff is because nobody can make any money on it. The planet is made out of rock. There's quarries everywhere. There's way too much rock dust. They dump it back in the hole. They've got settling ponds full. Hundreds of millions of tons everywhere, evenly distributed across the continent, across the planet, right? We have this stuff as an industrial byproduct already available. And seawater is the other one. Seawater has only 92 different elements in it. And actually, my understanding is the elements in seawater are at levels and ratios very similar to amniotic fluid, which is inside the sac around the baby when it's being gestated, right? So small amounts of seawater, I'm talking like, I put down 75 pounds of sea salt per acre on my farm per year, period. 75 pounds. That's not a lot. When it rains, what happens to those nutrients? They go down into the subsoil. 10,000 years since the last glaciation, a lot of our elements have weathered through the topsoil, through the subsoil, and aren't present. So a couple elements that are critical that just about everybody needs. Boron, massive. Boron, massive. Say it one more time. Boron, massive. And anybody know where they can locally purchase boron?
Borax.
Ornamental borax, right? You need 30 pounds of that per acre to do a systemic dose, right? I wouldn't do it right now because too much of anything all at once can be toxic. Boron is actually what they use to pressure treat wood with now. So an extreme level of boron can be toxic. Anybody ever make soup? Here, make soup. Sometimes your food doesn't have quite enough flavor and the soup comes out bland without a little bit of salt in it. So you put a little bit of salt in, and then you put too much salt in. Have you ever done that? It becomes inedible rapidly, right? So a little bit of salt is a really good thing. Too much salt is really not a good thing. So slow and steady, moderate doses.